Connect will be hosting a community event on February 14th featuring a national special education advocate. Joining me live in studio tonight to tell us more about the event is Whitney Price and Merritt Schoonover. Ladies, thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Of course. So I want to ask you guys, for people that might be unfamiliar with Unpuzzled Parents Connect, can you tell us a little bit about the organization and what it is?
Sure. We are a nonprofit based out of Wood County, and we serve families that have children with intellectual and developmental disabilities by connecting them with resources, advocacy training programs, and also emotional support.
Okay, great. And so you guys are going to be holding an event on February 14th. Can you tell us a little bit more about what's going to be going on that day?
Yes, we are hosting a national speaker, Karen Mayer Cunningham, and we are going to be going over the EPIC IEP trainings, and also attendees will receive her book and also a nice meal, and that will be on February 14th from 5 to 8 at the Resiliency Center.
Perfect. And so I want to ask you guys too, why do you think it's important to have an event like this here in the Mid-Ohio Valley?
I think it's important because as parents of special needs children, you know, it's a whole new ball game for us.
Right.
We're thrown into the mix of something that, you know, none of us have ever dealt with, and trying to understand what our options are for education, for therapies, and Unpuzzled really helps us to understand what we have available to us.
Absolutely. And so is this a free event for the public to come to? And if it's not, what would be the best way for them to sign up and get more information?
It is completely free. If they would like to sign up, they can go directly to our website at unpuzzledparentsconnect.com, or they can join us on Facebook.
Perfect. And what is the best way, besides just getting information, you know, finding out all the details that they may need for this event or future events with you guys?
Just joining our website or Facebook. We are pretty active on social media, so unpuzzledparentsconnect.com.
Perfect. And is there anything else that you guys would like to share, whether it's about the event or your organization, with us?
We're really excited to be partnering with Discovery World and opening up some new events, and then
That's gonna
also
be awesome.
Our advocacy and training programs as well.
Perfect. Well, ladies, thank you so much for sitting down with me and sharing more about this event. I think it's going to be a great event, and I hope you guys get a lot of people to come out.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Of course. When we return Mid-Ohio Valley, we'll have one last look at your forecast. Stay with us.